Okay, Daisy, I have the host to Ubeta right now, so it's recording.
Okay, amazing, thank you. So as things really starting now, if you can write in the chat box, what is the song, your favorite song inside the region that you can help me to create my AP playlist. You can write in the chat box. I saw one saying Luffy, but please write also you have Jeho. I know Jeho for sure. Love, I don't know if it's which is singer it is. So if you can write also the song, the name of the song, and then the singer would be super cool. No favorite songs. Okay, Jeho is winning. Okay, you have Bartika Hemprai. Okay, perfect. Now I see a lot of people writing. I'm doing my screenshot here. Okay, one food, the captain cuts. Afrin free, Rahat. What else? Zina. I like Zina too. That's good. This playlist is diverse. The All Stars, I don't know from who. Yeah, I love Zina too. We have Loverboy 88, Hate Rising. That's very cool. And then you have Jonas Blue, The Rise, Kurakan, Sajar Haj Bahadia. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. But okay, thank you. Thank you for the amazing playlist. So I took all my screenshots so that I can upload it, like and create my playlist. And then also coming back here in the next session, I'll play one of the songs that you recommended me. So in this space, you're going to be talking about heading for the future. We are going to see also what is exactly like when it comes to plan and your role as MCVPs when it comes to implementation of heading for the future. Just a disclaimer also is that this space was already delivered to your MCP, so they already know actually you are here to listen for what they listen, but also for you to make questions that are super functional based, asking a lot of functional based questions that can help you to lead the department itself, because most of you are having also a role that are related exactly for the future. But if you're not for the you're not also working in EwA, it's also a space where you can see how you how you can foresee your synergy with the department. So why was creating heading for the future? It was basically we did a research. There's a global research first source survey that was launched to MCPs and MCVPs to see exactly what are the main issues or the main challenge that we have when it comes to the young people, and then also what are the main challenges when it comes to the learning environment that you're providing. One of the things was we discovered that one of the main interests of the young people was exactly when it comes to employability. And then one of the big challenge that they also mentioned in the forms was the fact that most of young people, they see very challenging to learn virtually, to have exactly virtual learning because of the average of hours when it comes to the screen that they spend in the screen. So this is one of the things that we saw it. But then like when it comes to employability, there's a lack of practical experience and skills. When it comes to young people, they feel that they are ready to go for working environment, but they say that also they have lack of practical experiences. Apart from that, we also saw that we also could see also like the average, like how they prefer to have the learning environment. They want to have a support in terms for choosing their career and also having a career and also the field of work, but the physical learning environment is still a preference for most of youth. And then we summarize it with all the research. There are how can I say, interests of young people when it comes to practical learning experience. That the first one to see clear output when it comes to their development, and then they want also to have a cross-cultural experience with international interaction. They want to have also like an experience that have flexibility when it comes to time of frame. And then there is also a couple of interests that were the least. We had like ability to have a document of the learning, like people like having the materials, having a learning in a large group for networking. And the last, it was also to use their native language in the process of learning. So those are a couple of interests that were based in the research that we could see. This is how we also that heading for the future was born. It was born based on these insights that you get from the research, and then we created heading for the future, which the main value proposition is to have to provide to the young people simulate working experience for those that are seek to discover their career path. How does it work? It's a program that works for 4 weeks. The schedule, it's not flexible. So it's very static schedule in the 4 weeks. The frequency is maximum. An entity can have like the frequency of two times or twice per year. The program, it's national. The LCs cannot running also individually. It means that also the MC should have provided a system to ensure that the LCs are requesting, like they're getting the approval from the MC to run the program. The participation, it's basically like 3 times a week, a maximum of 2 hours. This is not including the number of hours, not including their task and the case study. So basically they can do also overall outside of those hours, and the space duration is exactly like 2 hours in each of the stages that you're going to be hosting. Overall, to implement the program, you need to take in consideration that we are looking for 2 revenue sharing model that's coming from partners, and then we have also that's coming from young people. So based on that, you can see also how you can create the distribution model inside the entity, because we have two extremes, two providers, that's young people, and then you have the partners that are bringing income to the program. Basically, overall, we have the business model. You can check it. It was exactly launched during TLC, the business model. And you see like the business model, there are things that are super static and things that are like that the entity has ability to customize it. And most of the things that you can customize are related to customer relationship, to the channels, are related to your partners, types of partners that you want to have. And then if there is also possibility for the entity to have a third part income, that's third part funding when you're implementing the program. Overall, the process, it's super similar to the process is very super similar to the customer flow that you used to have for ELT. I start first when it comes to our, where they find about the program, and then you have the visitor when they go for our land page, that is the national land page online, and they start diving in the program, like to understand the program. Then they sign up, and from the sign up they get the interview. After signing, also they do the interview, and they get pay for to be part of the program. They participate, and then you have the complete. That is where exactly when they finalize in the program, they submit their evaluation of how the experience was, and then from there you start giving them like also how could I say, onboarding and attraction of call to actions for ELD. It's one of the post experience after heading for the future. And overall, as all the EwA program, they should have the call to action for ELD. Main things that you need to take in consideration if you're planning to run it, it's first is filling the sensing from sent by RO, but also from the global office. That's exactly the form that's saying that you are willing to and planning to run heading for the future. You need to adapt your structure for the program, and there is already structure booklet where you can see the structure. You need to go to all the onboarding materials, all the materials that were downscaled. You need to finish the academy, and this for the academy is going to be launched exactly this week for all the MCVPs. entities here, and then select the LPs that you want them to participate in the program for your entity. Create a delivery action plan, create the entity pricing, and align the revenue sharing or distribution with the LCs. How it's going to be the distribution model for the revenues from LCs to MC. For structure, there is a structure booklet. You'll see there the structure booklet where you see that the structure is actually, you have based it like, you have the structure of the leader, and then you have the leaders based on the fields. So the fields are also related to what are like how is the marketing of each of your LCs. Your structure is MC. If you're here, if you're MCVP EwA specifically, it means that your entity is planning to have a big focus and high volume when it comes to the program. If you're here and you're MCVP EwA and something else, it means that it's not exactly like a high focus, it's an average, but basically all this decision was taken by your MCP, looking for this MC 21-22 structure booklet where they have a guideline and principles of how to build the structure. For the onboarding materials, they were released, but we are looking forward to put in the hub, and the hub is going to be coming soon, where you can see, like, even if you go for this link right now, you'll see that still a lot of things on the draft in the creation phase. But all the documents that you will be seeing in one only page are already released by now. And then you have more details for Heading for the Future Academy that's going to be launched this week. You'll be seeing exactly in one link similar to that. So it means that if you finish the conference and then you go for the output, most likely you'll be checking already the things released by then. As MC, you should select the LCs that you believe that should be participating based on the criteria that you need to build up, because in the end of the day, the LC cannot implement without the approval from the MC. And for the MC to implement, an entity to implement should have one LC that's going to be implementing it. Then you have the delivery plan, action plan. It's only like similar to normally projects, how you do our project and how you're used to do planning. You should include timeline and activities. You should have the goal for participants, goal for partners, and revenues, the budget already done. And then you have the responsibilities and tracking process that you should go for all the team that's going to be implementing, especially for the structure it for the local chapter so that they can know what they need to do based on their JDs. You need to create the entity pricing. This comes exactly before you start any allocation for the LCs. You need to have already an idea of how to create the pricing. In this booklet, you'll see it's a poorly guideline. You'll not see what is the pricing that you should give. It's a guideline of how you and your MCVP Finance, EwA and your MCVP Finance can build up this pricing for your entity. So basically, you'll see there like how you should do the budgeting, how you should define the price based on different methodologies, and then you have also how you should also look forward in designing your sharing model. So now we have 5 minutes of questions. You can just go unmute yourself, ask questions. I see someone writing. Excited, yes, very beautiful. I'm also excited. You can go. We have 5 minutes for questions. If you don't have questions, you just read in the chat box. We are good to go. We are ready. You read all the materials, and it's so good. You can also write there so that I can know that everyone is ready for heading for the future. I will check couple few. I will check one name here. Randy. I love the food of your country. Hello, Randy. Or maybe I'm pronouncing it well. I'm not well. Not Randy or Randy.
Hi, you talking to me?
Yeah. Cool. I want to know from you if you heard already, you read the materials of Heading for the Future, and what are your main, if you if you read it or no, and when you heard about the program itself, what are the main questions that comes to your mind, or either concerns or thoughts that you have?
Well, actually, I was, listening to this since the beginning, and I'm, kind of getting the things. So, yeah, I guess we'll be ready with all the materials soon, and yeah, hopefully we'll come up with good things.
Cool. It's good that you really are willing to be ready when all the materials are released. But tell me, what are your main thoughts about implementing heading for the future in your entity? Are you planning to, or it's something that you still need to decide with your MC? It's very, very good question for someone that's TM.
Well, yeah, maybe, something good for the membership, and for their experience, and for the youth, and mainly for the entity. Yeah, so excited.
Perfect, beautiful. It's someone that's here that doesn't have question, but it's already planning to implement and want to share thoughts that have when it comes to heading for the future. I know a couple of entities that want to implement, but I want to hear, hello, Alisa.
Hello, Daisy. I have a question actually, because I remember seeing something about international, what's this called?
Networking.
Yeah, international networking. And I was wondering, because we're planning to have it like physical. So how would, okay, obviously it will be virtual, but then how would that happen? Is it more on a regional level or a global level?
Mm-hmm. That's a very valid question. And it's something that actually we are going to be giving us insights of how to do IR in EwA, in IR exactly also in Heading for the Future. It's, yes, you can basically for the IR for that, you can have an IR for all the program itself, all the implementation, but this needs to be virtually if you want to have this kind of IR from the beginning of the process. But if you if you want to have IR, you should only the minimum is you should have exactly IR at least for the networking space. It means that you're inviting an entity to be part of that in the net, and you create a networking agenda with the other entity. It means the entity is going to be attending virtually, where you have also your own people also virtual in that space. If you run hybrid, I don't know if it's the thing that I could recommend, because until now the hybrid experience are not the best. So it means that not networking, you should be recommended to be virtually. Physical depends of how close are countries to countries and how externally is going to be the environment external from your country with the entity that you want to partner with. But from now we are checking this, the main feasibility, it's only totally virtually for this part of the networking. Perfect. I cannot take more time because I need to finish exactly in 5 minutes. So what are the main call to action as an MCVP elect that you need to have? It's first, it's you need to understand that you need to finalize your transition. In your transition, finalize it this month. And this is very important to everyone. If you're here and you didn't finalize your transition, you should manage to allocate your day with the summit and then with the transition, because this is the last month for you to finalize it. And then you need to go for Heading for the Future Academy for those that are responsible for EwA. Basically, the timeline for you to do the academy is from last week of May until the 3rd week of June. And this also gives us when it's released in this week, you still have a couple of days, and then you have until 3rd week of June. We are also going to be launching challenges for the entities that really say that they want to run for it. And the challenge is going to be complete from June to July. It's exactly the challenge is going to be launched on 27, the first call to actions and activities that an entity should complete. The main thing of the challenge is to ensure that there is a compliance when it comes to implementation of the program, and we can guide the entities for the implementation. It's going to be exactly 5 submissions during this period. So what else you need to know, and where you can find what is information about the program? You should go for you can check the booklet for buyer persona. You can check the booklet of structure. You can check the booklet of the program itself. The Synergy one, it's closed. It's going to be open exactly with the academy. The minimums, it's open. The governance, it's open. The EwA app, it's in the creation phase. So even if you go there, you'll see that there is still in the creation phase for that. So basically, what you can see right now after this session is via persona, structure, booklet, minimums, and governance. If you still want to be part and join it, it means that now that I'm finalizing doing this session, you just need to go to the link, because right now we have a couple of entities, that's exact Australia, MUC. Yes, those are the entities that we have from here. And the main call to action, if you want to be part, it's make sure that you book consultants with your regional manager. That's Prayok, he's here. Make sure that you have structure, you are restructure, at least with planning of restructure your entity to be able to implement it. That's why also you have the TM people here that you can also work with them when it comes to the restructure. Go for the booklets of the onboarding, like all the materials that I was telling, the short links there. And then you need to create a plan of implementation of how you want to implement it and give it to your regional manager for them to for him to evaluate it. That's Prayok. You just need to ask Prayok to check your plan. And then just if you didn't go for the link, you just need to contact also him and see the possibility for you to be part of the implementation of the program. That's all. Thank you so much. If you have questions, we still have 2 minutes for questions. I'm giving buffer for the next fussy and also for you to take a water or go to the bathroom after. You can ask your questions in those 2 minutes. If you don't have questions, thank you so much for this space. Yes, we have 2 minutes. I'm here with you if you have questions. Beautiful. I think that now it means that there is no question. It means that most of you, maybe you want to go and read it, but feel free to approach Prayok if you have any kind of question, and also you can approach me in case of question. Thank you so much, AP, and see you soon in the next phase.